to another gauge demo from fitgauges.com. So in this video we're going to take a quick look at my angle of attack gauge for the Icon A5 aircraft. So let's start with the S buttons. Now on the left side of the gauge we've got a trim gauge. Now the S buttons control the trim, so the S6 will nose the trim up and the S1 button will nose the trim down. The S3 button will center the trim, and the S4 button will put the trim in takeoff. I believe it's around about 18% trim. Okay, so the left dial, that controls the trim up and down, and the right dial is by our little blue LED, which tells us that the menu is on that dial. And if we turn the dial, it brings up the menu. You get the virtual power is good, because I'm getting power at the moment, so that's a useful indicator if the gauge is not getting power from your aircraft. So we spin the left dial and that brings up the information page for the gauge. It shows what version it is. The next menu option on the right dial is the left sidebar. So currently we've got the trim on the left sidebar, but turning the left dial can turn that off and bring up the button panel. Turning again will blank it completely. So let's put that back. Next option in the menu is to center trim. So this is if you want to reprogram the S buttons to do something else, you can still access the gauge functions through the menu. So using the left dial we can center the trim. Right, next menu option is the needle style. So at the moment I've got the standard Icon A5 AOA needle on there, but I've also enabled the other needles that the A5 has for airspeed and altitude, just in case you wanted to switch it. The next menu option is the glass reflections. So you left dial can turn the glass reflection on and off. The next menu option is the background style. Now all my GA gauges have this. There's 7 different styles, and we have the single screw backplate, and we have that with the black dial. We have it with a darker overall gauge. We have it with no backplate at all. Then we have the legacy backplate that I used to have, and again with the black dial and an overall darker version. So let's put it back how I like it. The next option is brightness. Now you can turn the brightness controls up and down on all your gauges at the same time. You won't see this working because this is a virtual FIP, so it only works on physical FIPs. And the next and last option is the panel light control. So this enables you to turn on the virtual panel lights, and these lights can be turned on and on with your panel light switch. The variables for setting this are in the gauge manual. Okay, so let's turn off the menu. Let's turn off the lights first. Turn off the menu. Okay, so now I'm going to throw the aeroplane around a little bit just so you can see the AOA working. So putting out a dive, pulling her up sharp. Nearly 90 degrees straight up there. Oh, 90 degrees straight down. I'm sure the plane couldn't really cope with the stresses of what I'm putting it through right now, but just enough to see the gauge moving. Okay, well, I said it was going to be a short and brief one. It's quite a basic gauge, so I hope you enjoyed this demo. Please come back and check out some of our other videos, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.